as we laugh aloud, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Marion High School here in the hustle, bustling town of Marion, Illinois. My name is Todd Duke, and we are getting ready for some football. Week number 7. Find your Collinsville Kahawks traveling to Marion to take on the Marion Wildcats. And welcome into the pregame show tonight, brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service served up daily at LC's Pub. LC's Pub is located at 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, just a stone's throw away from Kahok Stadium. Call in for carry-out orders. That is LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 3-3 on the year, coached by their third-year head coach, Colton Rhodes, who now has a record of 20-7 in his 2+ years. Marion, they come into this homecoming night at 4-2, and they are under a first-year head coach, and his name is Jason Dunning. Collinsville coming off of a hard homecoming loss themselves at Kahok Stadium to number 6 ranked 1A team in the Althoff Crusaders. After falling behind 6-0 halfway through the first quarter, Collinsville would score 3 straight touchdowns to take a 21-6 lead with just over 2 minutes left in the first. The Crusaders would put together a late drive that ended with Althoff's second touchdown with just 2 seconds left in the half to make it much closer at 21-14 Collinsville. Althoff then ran things pretty much their way in the second half, 4 touchdowns over the final quarter and a half to take a 38-21 lead before Collinsville scored their final touchdown as time ran out in the contest for the 38-27 final. Quarterback Darren Pennell went 24 of 45 for 307 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also threw a couple of interceptions in the air attack. Pennell also picked up 87 yards on 11 carries in the ground game. Wide receiver Chase Reynolds eclipsed the 100-yard mark in the loss by hauling in 6 catches for 104 yards. Wildcats, they got off to a hot start after winning their first 4 games of the year under their new head coach. A 26-6 win at Heron was followed up by a 47-0 win in Marion's home opener against Granite City. 2 more wins would follow with a South 7 Conference 20-14 home victory against Mount Vernon, and then a trip to Hopkinsville, Kentucky resulted in a 55-38 win against Christian County Colonels. However, the last 2 games were a different story for the Wildcats with back-to-back losses, the first of which was a home loss here against Cahokia. That's Collinsville's next opponent, by the way. Comanches handed Marion a 14-0 loss, and last week the Wildcats traveled to Centralia, where the Orphans handed Marion a 43-20 setback. On the other microphone with us tonight, running the camera and doing his turn as color commentator, is Chris Kettler. And Chris, we need to see a big rebound by Collinsville after that big loss last week against Althoff if they want to keep their playoff hopes intact.
Yeah, that's the dream here, to get Collinsville a third straight playoff appearance here. Last week's game just kind of skidded out of control. You feel like you're in control of that game, and then just were never able to stop the good running back there of Althoff. He really led the way for the Crusaders throughout that night, and the Cahoks started to get banged up as that game got later and later here, so you hope that the health is good here coming into this game tonight in Marion.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys missing, most notably Thomas Kohler. He still has to get an MRI, but right now everybody's thinking ACL, and he is done for the year. And they are also without Amari Rogers-Parrott tonight, as he suffered a bit of a concussion in that game against Althoff, so he is dressed in street clothes tonight, and that, as far as I know, are the only 2 that are not in the lineup tonight that were there last week. Had a chance to talk about all that stuff with Collinsville head coach Colton Rhodes, and we will pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family-owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. All right, we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. One final regular season road trip, and that finds us in Marion tonight to take on the Wildcats. That's what your Kahawks are getting ready to do. And joining us now is Collinsville's third-year head coach, Colton Rhodes. Coach, 38-27 homecoming loss versus Altoff. Give us the perspective from the coach's eyes.
We looked really good the first half. First half, we played, I'd say, about 22 minutes of really, really good football, and then that last 2 minutes where we gave up that touchdown. Obviously, we gave up some momentum there. It hurt. When you drop an interception, it feels like those always come back to bite you, and we dropped an interception there on that drive. And then second half, we just didn't execute like we were doing in the first half. There was no adjustments needed to be made, and Altoff didn't do any adjustments on defense that we needed to account for. We just stopped doing exactly what we were doing in the first half. We were playing behind the chains. We'd have a drive going. It'd be 1st and 10, and then it was 2nd and 12 or 2nd and 14 or what have you, and that just slows down your offense. And then defensively, we just got to do a better job wrapping up, making sure we ensure those tackles, and we'll do a better job with that this week.
All right, so I was talking to Drew Cordish, your offensive coordinator, after the game, and I told him, I'm like, I've never seen – you always talk about a tale of two halves. I've never seen that much of a disparity between one half or the other half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they got a little bit of momentum there, scoring that touchdown real late there to end the first half. But at the time, I really wasn't concerned with it. I wasn't worried about it. I knew our kids were playing great, and we just happened to have one really bad play on that drive where they gained, 50 yards on that jet sweep on 3rd and long, and we had guys there who just didn't make the play. And then the second half, it just – we started kind of going downhill, and that snowball kept rolling and kept getting bigger and bigger, and we just couldn't stop it there. We had chances, and we just never capitalized. We have it, whatever it was, penalties or bad snaps or just bad plays. We were missing assignments. We just needed somebody to make that big play, and it just never came for us that second half.
D'Air Hill, man, he kind of ran all over the place on you guys. I said earlier in the game that he reminded me of the guy we had here running the ball last year.
Yeah, no, that kid's a pretty good kid, and they do a decent job up front. But if you give that kid enough space in the open field, he's going to be tough to bring down. You got to get him while you can early, and keep him out of that open field space. And we did a decent job of that most of the night. But then there was those couple big plays where made the secondary and those guys back there look a little silly when he's just running around with all kinds of speed and room to run.
What was so tough about bringing him down?
He's a strong kid. He may not have looked it on film, but I'd say he's every bit like 185 with a big lower half, and he's just got great balance. I think is his key. You'd see our guys, hitting him, or whether we're hitting him low or hitting him high, he's just kind of bouncing off of them and just staying on his feet. So that's the type of special kid that you see with getting Division I talents, and that's kind of the difference between those type of kids and any other type of high school running back that you normally see. So if we can do a better job of wrapping him up and gang tackling, and you may not be the first guy to bring him down, but if you can get there and hold him up, then other guys can help you bring him down. But he's a special kid, that's for sure.
I said he reminded me a lot of the kid last year. Did you see any of that Jerry Richardson in him?
Yeah, a little bit. He's definitely got the speed that Jerry had as well. His moves were great. He was strong. I like the way that kid plays the game. So I wouldn't mind having a running back like that on our team. We used him Jerry for the past 2 years. So I wouldn't mind having another Jerry this year. But I still love the work Ryan's doing for us right now too.
You guys came out of that game a little bit, maybe a lot banged up.
Yeah, losing Tommy Kohler is huge for us. He's kind of the heart and soul of our offensive and defensive lines. Been doing it since he was a sophomore, and he does a lot of the dirty work that nobody seems to recognize or get recognition for. He kind of just sets the tone for us down there up front. So losing him is going to be big. Both our replacements on those sides have some big shoes to fill, but I think they will. And then, everybody else, for the most part, is just kind of some bumps and bruises that we just kind of took our lumps in that game and kind of hurt us that way too. Everybody else should be good and ready to go besides Amari, who kind of got hit a little hard there at the end, but he should be good next week.
All right, let's talk about a couple of the numbers from that game. You guys had 307 yards passing, real good game by Darren Pinnell, but only 93 yards rushing. Was that a testament to Althoff's defense?
I think it was more a testament to our struggles on the offensive line. And we've been struggling a lot on the offensive line lately, and it's been like just one big play that kind of carries our rushing stats. Ryan McIntyre will have 10 carries for 50 yards, but one of them came on 41 yards or what have you. So it's kind of, we just got to get more consistent, and Ryan's also got to do a better job of not going down to that first defender that hits him too. But our offensive line, we've been working and stressing on them a lot this week. So hopefully we see those improvements and they kind of get after it, because we're kind of putting a lot on their plates now.
My color commentator during the home games, Dr. Chris McCluskey, at the beginning of that game said, this game's going to be decided on the turnover battle, and that's a battle you guys didn't come out on top of.
Yeah, we struggled there. That big fumble in the first half, it didn't really come out to bite us too much, but we were going to score a touchdown on that drive with the way everything was rolling. So that would have been nice to have that 28 points in the first half too. It made things a little bit closer. And in the second half, we're playing from behind. We're trying to make the big play necessarily when we just need to make a play. We don't need to score a touchdown every single play, but we just need to score a first down or get 5 yards. It's not. You can't score 11 points on one play. You just got to be able to get the yards you need. So that's kind of something that we've been preaching and talking about, that you don't have to force it every time. If we get positive yards and we just keep the chains moving, we can make it happen. Those big plays will come. You don't have to force them. So that's going to be something we're going to look to do tonight too.
So now you're in unfamiliar territory where your proverbial backs are against the playoff wall.
Yeah, so, pressure is kind of a privilege, so we're going to look forward to it tonight and, have that privilege of playing for the playoffs and having these next 3 games really mean something to us. So, we're just going to be ready to bring in. Those kids are going to have to know, and they're going to be ready for it.
All right, so what do we know about Marion?
They started off really hot. They were 4-0 to start the season. Now they lost 2 in a row. They lost to Kahok and then Centralia last week. It looked like they were a little banged up last week in Centralia. It didn't look like they had the same guys that I've seen on film on them earlier in the year. So I'm curious to see who they bring out tonight, what they got. But offensively, they'll spread it out, and then they'll bring it in tight, and they'll really jam it down your throats. And I expect them to kind of bring that style of offense to us tonight. I think that would benefit them more. And then defensively, they'll play with usually 4 down linemen, 3 down linemen in 3rd and long situations. And they're going to just sit back and try not to let us beat them deep and make us kind of work the way down the field. So that's what we've been practicing all week, just taking those 5 yards, 3, 5, 6 yards, however it comes. We're just going to pound the rock and take those 3, 5, 6 yards. I'm hoping we get good rushing performance tonight.
All right, besides the rushing performance that you just mentioned, what else do the Kahawks need to do to come out victorious here tonight?
We've really got to do our job. It's a lot of the little things. The reason we've lost these 3 games is a lot of the little things. Whether it's defensively, it's not pursuing, it's not ripping into the right gaps, it's just not being gap sound or where you're supposed to be. Then offensively, it's just following our rules, especially in the O-line. We just, if we're zone blocking to the right, we got to block to the right instead of the left. Just, it's the simple things that we work on 1,000 times at practice, and we just got to be perfect on them tonight of the game.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
That's Colton Rose, your Collinsville Kahawks head coach. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back and throw some starters your way, plus some stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Ragg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Ragg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
And once again, we welcome you back to Marion here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you, as we are just a couple minutes away from this game kicking off between your Collinsville Kahawks and the Wildcats of Marion High School. It's a busy night here, man. It is senior night, it is homecoming night, and it is also Kerry Martin recognition night. He is the head coach that retired from the head coaching duties at the end of last season, so this is going to be a busy night. It's going to be a little bit of an extra long halftime as well. Once again, we say hello to Chris Keller. Chris, you got to listen to the coach's remarks. What are your thoughts?
Well, just looking back at the Althoff game, he really said it was just kind of lack of execution on our part. The first half was going real well, and then, just not getting done what needed to be done there in the first half and the second half. And he gave credit to their good running back that we talked about, Deere Hill. He was just tough to bring down, and we're getting late in the season, and our guys are getting banged up here. But looking to this Marion game, looks like the Chaos are going to try to give what Marion gives them here, and running the ball, get chunks of yardage as they go along here, try to run the ball here, and Marion will try to stop the deep passes here. So hopefully the Chaos can pass underneath here and get the running game going here tonight.
Ryan McIntyre and Chase Reynolds are back deep as Collinsville will have offensive possession of the ball first. That means that Marion will get the ball offensively at the beginning of the third quarter. And we'll go over the starters here on offense just as soon as this kickoff takes place. But we already know that quarterback Darren Pinnell will be back out there. Running back Ryan McIntyre also. A little bit of shake-up in the wide receiver core with no Amari Rogers-Parrott. So you have Jalik Nelson, Chase Reynolds, and Isaiah Gordon. And we'll get to the line in just a moment as Marion is ready to kick off. And Sam Atkins, that is not Sam Atkins out there. That is Britton Powell, who is getting ready to handle these kickoff duties. And as I mentioned, McIntyre and Chase Reynolds are back deep, and we are underway. It's a short kick, and it's going to bounce and right into the arms of McIntyre at the 15-yard line. He gets around one tackler, gets rid of another tackler. He's up the sideline, puts on a stop and stutter move, but he didn't go any farther than that, across the 35 to around the 36, and that is where Collinsville will start their first offensive possession. On the line, you have left tackle Caden Hearns, left guard Edwin Kircher. Your center is Corey Patton. The right guard in place of Thomas Kohler is Zach Howe. He's a 5'11", 213-pound junior. And your right tackle remains Jack Shepard. So Darren Pinnell, who is 84 of 147 this year, 1,176 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Collinsville comes out ready to go on offense. We have 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near, and here is Chase Reynolds coming into motion. High snap, handoff is going to be kept by Pinnell. He's got some room. He's up to midfield and into Marion territory. He finally gets brought down at the 42-yard line. Nice first run of the game for Darren Pinnell and the Collinsville Jayhawks.
Yeah, Marion really bit of there on the handoff to McIntyre, right side. Straight up the middle was wide open there for Pinnell, and then he remained elusive throughout about another 10 yards after the first contact by the defenders.
So fresh set of downs here for Collinsville. 1st and 10 from their opponent's 41-yard line. Pinnell remains in shotgun. McIntyre over his left shoulder, takes the snap. This time McIntyre does get the ball. He'll get across the line of scrimmage and pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards before he is finally brought down. And it'll be second down for Collinsville.
That's what Coach wanted. He ran through the first contact there, and offensive line won enough of the battle there. Get him up the field there for about 3 yards.
So Collinsville moving the ball pretty well here at the early going. We're just 1 minute into this first quarter. No score yet between Marion and Collinsville. 1 wide receiver all the way out on the far side, 2 more over here on the near side. Habermill, he's the tight end, and that one's over the head of Pinnell. He's going to have to scramble with it. He throws it. He completes it to Chase Reynolds. Now Chase just needs to get back up to the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't. Missed it by about a yard. So all in all, it's going to be about a loss of 3 yards on the play. And boy, oh boy, you got to clean up that snap at center. I'm telling you what, that cost us a little bit last week and almost cost us dearly here.
Yeah, there was one that was like that last week that Pinnell actually turned it into a good gain there, and that one he was able to get to a receiver in the area, and Reynolds might have been better off just letting that fall at his feet, and the Cats wouldn't have lost 4 yards.
3rd down and 11 now for Collinsville. Here's Pinnell with McIntyre over his right shoulder. Pinnell back to pass. He's looking. He throws. He's got a man open, and that is Gordon, but Gordon's going to be brought down a couple of yards short of a first down, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 3, and I'm sure you'll see Collinsville go for it here.
Collins will settle in for the underneath pass here, get the positive yards here, and 4th and manageable is what we have.
4th down and 3. Ball resting on the Marion's 34-yard line. 9:40 left to play here in this opening quarter. 2 wide receivers set on the left side, 1 on the right side. Habermiller's your tight end. McIntyre your running back. Here is Pinella. He's going to keep it. He gets the first down and a little bit more across the 30, and he gets brought down at about the 26-yard line. So first down for Collinsville.
This follows extra block from Habermill. Design run and gets 4 yards and plenty of more for that first down. Chaos driving down now here inside the 30.
So we can forget about the snap over the head and all that stuff. That's in the history books already. Fresh set of downs for Collinsville. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Here's the snap. Pinnell throws quickly and throws it right through the hands of Chase Reynolds. It was a little high, but Chase never did get a paw on it. It went right through both of his hands.
One gets slightly overthrown. Lots of pressure coming. Pinnell had to fire that one in. And Chase just ain't tall enough for one that high.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Kahawks.
Yeah, it's taking their time, huddling up.
Plenty of time left on the play clock, down to 15 seconds. Pinnell once again in shotgun. Nelson and Reynolds over here on the left side, and we have a flag on the play thrown by the judge in the backfield. And we'll see what this one's about. Usually when you get the offsides or the false start, it's thrown from the guys that are directly on the line of scrimmage, and here is our first penalty of this game. It's going to be a false start against Collinsville, so instead of 2nd and 10, it's going to be 2nd and 15. A little bit of echo up here in this booth, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a big spacious room we're in here, and there's lots of other people talking here. But
we're up in the hospitality room on the 3rd level of the press box here at Marion High School.
We haven't panned the camera here to the right yet to see this field house.
There's a building, and now we're going to get that 5 yards right back as one of the deep men for Marion. That was Levi Tanner, the 6', 230-pound defensive lineman. Came too close to the line of scrimmage, got a foot across the football, and Collinsville gets that 5 yards right back, so 2nd down and 10 Kahawks. Collinsville was only penalized one time last week for 10 yards. So I was happy to see that stat when it popped up on the sheet. All right, 2nd down and 10. Reynolds goes into motion. Another high snap. The flip goes to Reynolds. He tries that right side. He gets up to the line of scrimmage and gets brought down about 1 yard over it. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 here for Collinsville.
Time the snap's a little high, so you need that play to work a little quicker there since you're working to the short side there. Reynolds gets a short gain as 51 of Marion goes down.
Titus Garnett is down on the ground on the turf, and he is going to be tended to by the training staff here at Marion High School. So we have a quick timeout coming your way, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
Back here at Wildcat Stadium, we are actually in the Harrison Bruce Fieldhouse. And they're going to have to help Mr. 51 off of that turf. Titus Garnett needs a little help. He's favoring that left leg, and there's a look at your Wildcat Stadium Fieldhouse over there. It is right up against pretty much the goalpost down here at this end of the field. So I saw that from the satellite image when I was checking out the area, and I'm like, there's a building right next to that goalpost. So a little bit different, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little building here. They have a summer shootout for basketball that the Kahawks were in back in the summer.
3rd down and 9 for Collinsville. Ball on the Wildcats' 25-yard line. Pinnell in shotgun on the run. He's going to pitch it out at the last moment to McIntyre, and McIntyre's going to gain about 3 yards before he's brought down, and we'll see what Collinsville wants to do here. Should be in field goal range for Nick Shantz, but Right now, I'm not seeing Nick coming onto the field, so it looks like Collinsville's going to go for it. And Coach Rhodes is sending him out. Can't try the offside call. I mean, you can, but it is 3rd down and about 8 to go for a 1st down, so you can only get 5 out of it if they jump off sides. So Collinsville going for it here on 4th down. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near. McIntyre remains the lone setback. Here's the snap. It's another high one. Pinnell on the move. He completes it. Nope. Yeah, he did. For a minute there, when the referee was waving his hands to stop the clock, I thought he was waving it because it was incomplete. But from his knees, I believe that was Isaiah Gordon who caught that ball, and he just had enough to turn it into a 1st down. So the Kahawks move the chains once again.
Gordon was just right where he needed to be. Fell on his knees as he caught it, so that kills the play right away. Kahawks get another 4th down conversion.
So 1st and 10, Collinsville can get a 1st down at the 5-yard line. Pinnell once again in shotgun. 2 wide receivers on the far side this time. Here's the snap, fake handoff, and rolling out to his right on the run is Pinnell. He's got some speed. He's got 1 man to beat, and he gets into a touchdown. Touchdown, Collinsville.
He was hit at about the 4 by Powell, and then he just spun the rest of the way, stayed in bounds, and got to the pylon.
So Collinsville drives all the way down the field on their first possession and puts up 6 points. Now Nick Shantz on trying the extra point. There was a couple of times there where that drive had some suspect in it, but I'm glad that Collinsville finally pulled it out. All right, Darren Pinnell is the holder. Here's the snap, ball down, kick is on the way, and it is low, but it is good. And Nick Shantz just puts it right over the upright, and Collinsville leads by a score of 7-0. Marion will get their first touch of the football when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahawk Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
Back here at Wildcat Stadium in Marion, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. Collinsville takes 4 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock, and they drive all the way down the field, and Darren Pinnell punches one in from 15 yards out. Collinsville has a 7-0 lead. And here is Collinsville's turn to kick the ball off, and Matt Reynolds will handle the honors. Matt Cologne, one of the deep men. It's going back, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. And bringing it up is Cologne, and Cologne will get all the way up to about the 28-yard line before he is finally brought down, and that is where Marion will start their first possession here.
Nice drive for the Kahawks, driving down, converting a couple 4th downs. But most of the plays stayed positive and found the end zone here. Now it's time for the defense.
27-yard line is where Marion will start off, and Callahan Roper is their quarterback on the year. He is 59 of 93, 640 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He has split backs on either side of him. And first snap is a handoff to Patrick Walker, and Walker's got a little bit of room over there on the far side as he skirts the width of the field and picks up about 5 of the 10 yards that he needs. Walker on the year, 65 carries, 360 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I heard that Jordan Beverly, their leader in yards on the year, was banged up a little bit last week and had to be taken out of the game. He comes in with 51 carries, 429 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Split backs once again on either side of Roper. They have a very tight formation, and the handoff is going to go up the right side. Gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. Powell was the ball carrier.
He's a bit hurt coming out of that.
Yeah, he is.
Not sure if he's grabbing his head or part of his hand.
So Ryan Cologne will come in and take his place. Yeah, he's down on his knees now that he's over here on the sideline. That's Britton Powell, a 5'10", 160-pound senior wide receiver he's listed at, but right now getting some running back duties. It looks like Beverly may be hurt and not playing in this game, so they hand the ball off once again to Walker. He gets stood up at the line of scrimmage, and no gain, and that's going to bring up 4th down for Marion.
Just straight up stuffed up the middle there. Extra guy Tongay getting in there, and Barry and Coleman for the Kahok's defensive line really blocked that up.
Now Marion's punter is also their quarterback, so you won't see a punter running onto the field if Callahan is already out there, which he stays out there. It's 4th down and 2, so Marion's got a choice whether they're going to go for it or they're going to punt it. And empty backfield leads you to believe that they're going to punt. I think Callahan might take the snap and look and see what he has before he decides. Now he's going to move back into punt formation, and Collinsville does not have anybody back to accept the punt, so Darren Pinnell is going to go back, but that one, it might have been partially blocked as it rolls out of bounds at the 49-yard line, so Collinsville's going to have really good starting field position on their second drive as they'll start just 1 yard shy of Wildcat territory.
Quarterback grabbing the ball as he runs up, and yeah, might have been a little tip there by the Kahawks. Start with real good field position as the defense holds Marion to 3 and out.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. 6:10 left to play here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks scored on their opening drive, and this is their second touch offensively here in this game. For Collinsville, I told you about McIntyre being the running back tonight. 48 carries coming into this game, 253 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Pinnell actually leads the team in rushing with 372 yards on 55 carries. Also 4 touchdowns. Gordon goes into motion. Pinnell's back to pass. He looks. He's got some time. Throws it. He's got a wide open Chase Reynolds on the far side. Up the sideline he goes. And he gets pushed out of bounds. And around the 15-yard line, they're going to mark him down to the 16. That's a 1st down, Collinsville, deep into Wildcat territory.
Yeah, Kahawks overloaded that right side with receivers. They had KJ and Reynolds on that side and then brought Gordon in motion. That left Reynolds in open underneath here. The Kahawks have this down here at the 16.
There's a handoff to McIntyre. He goes up the middle, and he's not going to get very far. He'll lose about a half a yard on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and about 10.5 to 11 here for Collinsville as the clock runs with 5:50 left to play here in this opening quarter.
And nowhere to run on that defensive line for Marion. Just clogged that one up. Kind of a short loss.
Marion looks a lot like the team from Michigan. Same colors, go blue, got the big yellow M on the side of the helmet and on the field. 2nd down and 11 for Collinsville. In motion is Reynolds. Handoff is going to go to McIntyre. McIntyre dips and doodles and then gets his way up to about the 12-yard line. So a little bit of a gain there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go for a 1st down for Collinsville.
Well, he waited there before handing that one off. Wouldn't have been surprised if Pinnell kept it and then went the other way with it, but they do just run in here underneath and settle for the short gain, which the Kahawks have been getting throughout this game so far.
3rd down and 6. KJ over on the far side. Reynolds comes into motion. Here's the snap. And over to KJ it goes. KJ puts on a move, and he looks like he has enough for a 1st down as they mark the ball down at the 5-yard line. Needed to get to the 6. So Collinsville will move the chains, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Kahawks.
KJ catches it right there near the sideline and just cuts it back in. Some shake and bake moves, and yep, 1st and goal for the Kahawks here at the 5.
So Collinsville moving the ball quite well on their first 2 possessions. Kahawks looking to score once again as they break huddle. Gordon comes over here as a wide receiver on the near side. Reynolds is in the slot. KJ Thorpe's wide over there by himself. And McIntyre again, the lone running back. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to go up the middle, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. Collinsville, 2 rushing touchdowns to start this game off with, as Nick Chance will come on to see if he can make it 14-0.
Just all kinds of running space there, but McIntyre offensive line did a great job. Patton and Howe led the way, and all the way to the end zone, McIntyre made it, and Kahawks are off to a hot start here. 2 drives, 2 possessions, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
This drive was a little shorter. They just needed 51 yards to get there. Here's the snap. Ball placed down. Kick is on the way. And the kick is good. So Collinsville goes up 14-0 And for the second time tonight, Marion is going to get the ball when we come back from a commercial break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Wildcat Stadium here at the Harrison Bruce Fieldhouse. This is a nice fieldhouse. They even have a bathroom up here for us. So unlike other places at halftime when I got to dart out the press box and wave through a mass of humanity just to get to a bathroom, won't have to do that here tonight.
The only other place we had that, I believe, was at Eastern Illinois University a couple years ago. We played Matt, too.
Yeah, sure was. 4:18 left to play here in this opening quarter. 14-0 in favor of Collinsville as Matt Reynolds kicks the ball off and does so deep at the 10-yard line and then dragged down from behind. Number 5, Ryan Colon, and a big tackle there on the kickoff by Rome Richardson. And Rome did some yeoman's work there by chasing him down from behind.
He's only got some carries here in mop-up time and in JV games, but he's out there in special teams. Just get that tackle here and hold Marion down to the 20-yard line.
So the second possession for Marion from their 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Wide receiver is on the far side. That is William True. One more over here on the near side. Split backs once again on either side of Roper. And Roper throws into the backfield. And he completes the pass, and then the ball comes out. Collinsville is going to jump on top of it, and the Kahawks and Darius Williams take care of business, and Collinsville is going to have a shorter field than they did on their second possession.
Pass out to Thomas there, and then as he got tackled, I believe Pinnell knocked the ball out, and Darius Williams was going to try to scoop it up and run with it, but you got to make sure you get it first, but we'll settle for that and give the Kahawks great field possession here as Marion turns the ball right over on the first play.
Collinsville needed every bit of this, don't they?
Lost the turnover battle. You touched on that last week. Nice to get on the right side of that here to start this game, and already up 14-0.
And the ball placed on the 20 again, so Marion gives the ball up right where they started with it. 2 wide receivers on the far side, KJ Thorpe-Swat and Chase Reynolds in the slot. McIntyre again, the lone running back, and a whistle and a flag on the play. And we're going to have our second false start penalty against Collinsville. Yes, we are. That'll back the Kahawks up to the 25-yard line. Still a short field to work with, as we have 4:04 left to play here in this opening quarter, and 14-0 in Collinsville. Kahawks trying to put some more points on the board before the quarter expires. Same formation. Nelson over here on the near side. Reynolds and Thorpe-Swat on the far side. McIntyre remains the lone running back. Pinnell takes the snap, back to pass, throws it. He's going toward the end zone, and he's got it. Chase Reynolds, touchdown Collinsville.
2 receivers on the side for Collinsville. KJ flared out a little farther, and so they brought it again underneath to Chase Reynolds. Neither defender could get a hand on it. Tough catch there by Reynolds, and the Kahawks 1 play and a touchdown.
So Nick Shantz, he's a busy guy here in this first quarter. His 3rd extra point try here in the first 8 minutes of this contest. There's the snap, ball placed down, kick is on the way, and that one had a little bit more height on it for Nick Chance, and Collinsville makes it 21-0 as the Kahawks will kick the ball back to Marion after we have another timeout. That'll come your way right here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back with you once again from Marion High School. Already 21-0 in favor of Collinsville, and the Kahawks have come into Marion on a mission to ruin homecoming night for the Wildcats, just like the Althoff Crusaders did last week for Collinsville at Kahok Stadium. 3:58 left to play here in this first quarter.
Just 20 seconds between scores for the Kahawks. There was 4:18 left in the last one.
And the kickoff goes deep, and once again caught at the 15-yard line by Cologne. Tries to put on a spin move, but he spun right into the hands of Isaiah Gordon, and he didn't go anywhere after that, that's for sure.
Yeah, the spin did nothing but really just slow him down and let the Kahok defenders swarm in on him, and this will be where Marion starts.
So this time they start on their own 24-yard line. 3:53 left to play here in this opening quarter. All Collinsville thus far, 21-0. As the Kahawks are trying to pick up win number 4. Marion already has win number 4. What you looking for, man? All right. So here comes Callahan Roper once again. And this time he has one lone receiver, so they're going to go through the air. It looks like 3 wide receivers on the left side. Here's the snap, flag on the play. Roper gets hit as he gets rid of the ball, and it is off of the receiver as he was just about double covered back there at the 50-yard line. And Roper took a big hit right when he let that ball go.
Throw was right on there. That was just a drop here, and I don't think Marion lined up properly.
Flag on the play, and it's against Marion because the referee wants to talk to Colton Rhodes, see what he wants to do. So it's a false start, illegal formation. So it's going to bring up first down. We'll repeat first down, and it'll be 1st and 15 as the ball goes back to the 19-yard line.
Kahawks could have taken the play and brought it to 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. I believe Marion had too many guys in the line of scrimmage, but they'll push him back.
Once again, 3 wide receivers go trotting out to the far side. William True over there as far as you can be. 1 lone running back over the left-hand shoulder of Roper. Roper rolls to that side, throws while he's on the run, and a nice one-handed grab over there by Patrick Walker, but he only got about 2 yards on it, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 13 for Marion. That was a nice catch, though, one-handed.
Yeah, it was about over his head there. He just had to throw his hand up there and hope to knock it back to himself, and that's exactly what he did. Small gain for Marion, but it works out for the Kahawks to take the penalty as it's 2nd and 13.
Ball on the 21-yard line. Still 3 yards short of where the original line of scrimmage is. 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. Callahan in shotgun, has a man going into motion. Callahan back to pass, looks, throws. He completed the pass, but it's awfully short, and they got just across the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 1 on the play as the pass was completed to M.J. Smith. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 here for Marion.
Another one that was nearly overthrown. Smith had to throw his hand up again, knock it back to himself. The underneath pass, Kahawks were able to swarm in on Smith there and make this 3rd and 11.
All passing plays here on this possession, and probably going to see it again with a 3rd down and 11.
I think they prefer to pass most time, and now being down 21, they're just going to have to commit to it here.
3 wide receivers over here on this near side. That's the right side. True is the only wide receiver on the far side. Now he is joined by the man in motion. Callahan steps up, throws up a wobbly ball, and that one's going to hit no one as Pinnell had his guy covered. That was Janius Thomas. That was the intended target, but that's going to bring up a 4th down now for Marion, and they're going to have to punt the ball away again.
That didn't go so well the first time they punted. It was about a 17, 18-yard punt.
Ryan McIntyre will come onto the field now, and he will be the punt returner as Pennell sprints off before he gets caught being the extra man on the field. He's off in plenty of time. Roper will back up, and he'll kick this ball from around the 15-yard line. McIntyre stands at midfield. Roper's kick, a high one, heading toward the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 43-yard line, and that's where Collinsville will start their next possession.
Better punt that time for Marion, but
flag on the play.
Kahok will start near midfield, or we'll see what the flag is first.
Yeah, the flag was up there by the 45-yard line right in front of Marion's bench, so we'll have to see what the flag's all about and see exactly where Collinsville starts from. Referees here tonight: Derek Greenfield, Brian Jackson, Bo Greenfield, James Morrissey, and Joe Rathert.
Thank you to them for coming out.
It's going to be a personal foul against Collinsville, so the Cahoks are going to lose a big chunk of yardage here. And instead of starting close to midfield, they're going to have a little bit of a longer route to go. I didn't see anything, but then again, I was watching where the ball was landing instead of what was going on up here near midfield. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. 2:48 left to play here in this opening quarter. 21-0, all Collinsville here early on. As the Kahawks go back to work on offense, 3 wide receivers on the right side, 1 over here on the near side. McIntyre, the lone running back, he gets the handoff, and he tries that right side where he's got a little extra blocking going on, and he gets across the line of scrimmage, looks to pick up about 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Coach said in the pregame they're willing to take these 4 or 5 yard plays here at a time. Marion's going to give you, and you can really settle for that to work the clock here a bit with the big lead.
KJ Thorpes-Watt lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. 3 more over here on the near side. Gordon's in the slot. Here's the snap. Pennell's going to keep it himself. He's going to run it up the middle. He's got some room, and he's going to have a 1st down as he gets the ball up to midfield. They're going to spot it right down at the 50-yard line.
A lot of that is speed. Just once he sets his feet and gets going, outruns the defensive lineman and gets a couple extra blocks there and gets upfield down here near midfield.
So Pennell's speed pays off. 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Again, same formation. 3 wide out left, 1 over on the far side. And here's the snap. Pennell, he goes over to KJ. KJ had to come back for the ball, gets spun around at about the 45-yard line, but he'll make the catch. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for Collinsville.
Low wobbly pass. KJ had to step back for it and nearly need to pick it up off the ground, but still a 5-yard gain.
90 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter. Clock continues to run as the Kahawks shuffle in a couple of more players. Ellis Kircher coming in late off the bench. KJ heading over toward that sideline. And again, you have Nelson, Gordon, and Reynolds over here on this left side. McIntyre again remains the lone running back. Here's the snap. Flag on the play. Another false start for Collinsville. 3rd false start against Collinsville here in this 1st quarter.
Blake Nelson's the one on the line there, so he's just across too early.
So the ball goes back to the midfield stripe, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for Collinsville. Okay, Alex break huddle and bring out that same formation. KJ on the right. Gordon, Reynolds, and Nelson over here on the left. Pennell stands in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going back to pass. He steps up. He throws long. He's going for KJ. KJ's got it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A 45-yard catch. Collinsville in business once again. 1st and goal, Kahawks.
William True had his hand out there for Marion, and I was able to knock KJ down. Otherwise, KJ would have had that in the stride and walked right into the end zone. But the Kahawks are knocking on the door of another score down to the 5.
Down to the final 40 seconds left to play here in this 1st quarter, and it has been all Collinsville thus far.
Might be the last play of the 1st quarter as we come near 30 seconds. If the Kahawks don't get in the end zone and the clock keeps going.
There's a snap. Handoff is going to go to McIntyre. He switches directions and gets across the 5. Might have got a half a yard on the play, but they're going to set him down right at the 5-yard line, and that might just be the final play here of this first quarter. We'll see if Collinsville has any ideas to hurry up and get another play off, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and let this clock run down. So that is going to do it for quarter number 1. Collinsville in control right now, 21-0, and we'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Welcome back to Marion High School. My name is Todd Duke. On the other microphone, it is Chris Kettler. Collinsville in control of that first quarter, 21-0 after 1 quarter of play. As the Kahawks are looking to add on some more, they have the ball second down and goal from the 5-yard line as we switch into the field. As the Kahawks get to look at the Wildcat Stadium field house there behind the goalposts. Jalik Nelson lines up as the lone wide receiver all the way over there on the far side, all by himself. KJ Thorpe-Swat over here on the near side. Chase Reynolds is in the slot along with Isaiah Gordon. McIntyre, the lone running back. McIntyre's going to get the ball. Nope, Pinnell's going to keep it. He travels forward, and he is in for the touchdown.
Kahawks with the 3 receivers on that side, so plenty of blockers there on that short side, and that's the way Pinnell goes to get in for another touchdown here. 6 seconds in the second quarter. Kahawks are cruising.
That they are. 11:54 left to play here in this second quarter. Nick Shantz will come on for his 4th extra point try.
This will be more interesting. This ball's going to go
right
into the
go
building.
Into the roof, onto the roof. There's the snap, ball down, kick is on the way, and it is good off of the building. And Collinsville extends their lead out to 28-0. We're back with the ensuing kickoff right after a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Welcome back to the Harrison Bruce Fieldhouse. This place is so big. I did not run into Drew Cordes tonight to tell him where I was for the postgame interview. I'm going to have to try to rectify that situation before the end of this night. 11:54 left to play here in this second quarter. Collinsville goes up 28-0. And they're about to kick the ball back to Marion. And once again, Matt Reynolds will handle that responsibility. Cologne is back deep. And it's an onside kick, and Collinsville is going to be offsides. I believe that the couple of the guys that are supposed to be along the line were ahead of the line when Reynolds kicked the ball.
Well, the Kahawks did this some down in Mount Vernon a couple weeks ago, trying to get these onside kicks. There was a bit of a controversial one there where Collinsville had the ball and then no flags were thrown, and then Mount Vernon's coaching staff argue with it and got the call changed. But
that was a little bit more of a unconventional lineup as far as setting up for a kickoff goes. So Collinsville will lose 5 yards, and now they'll kick the ball off from the 35-yard line.
Just got to make sure you have so many guys on each side of the ball,
Yep.
but it doesn't matter if they're all bunched up behind them. You just got to have so many. Now they'll go to a traditional formation here and kick this one off long.
So Walker is back deep this time, along with Marcus Hazel.
Didn't
And
go
it's
that deep.
another short kick, and down at the 30-yard line is Aiden Pickles. I looked at that roster, and I'm like, that's my favorite name right there, Aiden Pickles.
Instead of letting that ball go deep, he ran back and grabbed it, and then all he did was continue to go back and didn't really get upfield at all.
So best starting field position for Marion right now. Ball resting on their own 34-yard line. 11:48 left to play here in this second quarter. Collinsville in control here early, 28-0. First down and 10 for Marion. Already down to 10 seconds on the play clock. I was going to say that was taking a while. Down to 5 seconds. Here's a snap. Handoff. Goes up the middle, and the first down of this game for Marion happens in the second quarter. They have not picked up a first down in that first quarter, and they'll move the chains for the first time tonight, will the Wildcats.
Didn't give Collinsville much time to adjust to that as Marion went to a more tighter formation there and ran the ball up the field. They thought here is they need to start passing it since they're so far down, but good positive play here to start, and they're going to stick with this formation here for the time being.
Yeah, looking like a triad formation. Here's the handoff once again, and it goes up the middle for Patrick Walker, and Walker is going to get maybe 2 yards out of the play as Marion approaches Collinsville territory for the first time tonight. Clock continues to move with 11 and some change left here in this first half. It's going to be a long halftime, and you know, we're on the road. We really don't have anybody to interview at halftime, so we're going to show you a little bit of the Wildcat marching band at halftime. And, of course, we'll scour the internet for some scores from around the area. Here is another handoff, and this one not going to go very far as the ball was handed off to Britton Powell, and he didn't gain a yard on that play.
Zane Norton, Habermill on that right side just shut that down and nowhere to run. So after catching the Kahok's off guard on the first play, Marion with this tight formation can only get 2 yards here on the next 2 plays.
Third down and 8 for Marion. 10:20 left to play here in this second quarter. They need to get into Collinsville's 45-yard line for a first down as they snap this ball right on the big gold M out at midfield here at Wildcat Stadium. Back to passes Roper. He's got no one open, and he overthrows everybody. The closest one to that ball was actually Darren Pennell.
Darius Williams coming in there. Gets the wrap up on the quarterback, and all quarterback could do was just fire that one across wildly, and no one was there, and Marion's just going to have to go for this here on fourth down, down 4 scores.
You know that they are missing Jordan Beverly. He's over here on the sideline just watching.
The Cats maybe think they're going to punt here as McIntyre's back, and now he is going to.
Yeah, looks like he's back in punt formation now, but we'll see. Here is Roper, and he does punt it, and he line drives it right to Ryan McIntyre. There's a flag on the play right after the catch and run, and we'll have to see what that one's all about. Down there taking a knee is Isaiah Gordon, and I wonder if they got Isaiah for a little bit of a tug on the jersey.
Another flag comes in here at the other side of the field at the 40, late.
Well, we will see how everything plays out here after the head referee gets both the gentlemen together on both of those flags and sorts it all out.
Should be Kahok's ball either way, though. As everything, I believe, occurred after the change of possession, but they may be backed up some.
The whole referee crew is going to gather and talk about this one. Meanwhile, Darren Pinnell and Coach Rhodes over there talking about what to do on the first play from scrimmage. All right, referee's making his way this way. We have a hold against Collinsville. That would be the tug on the shirt by Gordon. And we have a personal foul against Collinsville on the other end. And we have a personal foul on both teams. So those will offset, and they'll take the holding call.
Yeah, the two personal fouls were after the play, so you'll march off the initial holding one, and then the next two are after the play, and they offset. So Canucks will start here inside their own 20.
Ball down at the 18-yard line. So Collinsville will have a little bit farther to travel if they want to put another touchdown on the board. They've already put 4 up, 3 of them in the first quarter alone. Excuse me. McIntyre, the lone running back, over the right shoulder of Pinnell. 3 wide receivers over here on the near. Now Gordon goes into motion over onto the far side. Pinnell throws the ball, but off of the hands of Chase Reynolds. Reynolds stuck out that right hand to try to catch it, but it just hit off of his hand, and incomplete pass.
It's not quite where he needed it to be. With it going off of his hand.
I think Pinnell hurried it just a little bit.
Going off of Reynolds' hand, MJ Smith, Marion could have popped up towards him, and he might have had an easy jaunt to the end zone.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Kahawks. From the 18-yard line. Pinnell in shotgun once again. He's going back to pass. He looks. He's going to step up. He throws on the run. He's got KJ wide open at midfield. KJ's on the run. He's going to cut it across the middle of the field, and he gets out of a tackle, and he'll go in for a touchdown. Boy, oh boy. How about an 82-yard touchdown catch and throw from Pinnell to KJ Thorpes-Watt.
Can we go through everything that happened there? Pinnell stays alive, just run the ball at the middle, firing off before he crosses the line of scrimmage. KJ wide open across the middle there, running the ball up the field. It was just one defender for Marion. Chase Reynolds closing in on him, but couldn't ever block him because it would have been a block from behind. And then just as the defender got to KJ just shook him off there and got the last 20 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, Patrick Walker couldn't wrap him up even though he tried. Here's a snap. There's a little bit of a wobbly snap, and the ball placed down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And Collinsville has scored 35 unanswered points to start this contest off, and the Kahawks lead by that much, 35-0. Back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Marion, Illinois. And a nice little drive down here. We bypassed all the construction over by Mount Vernon and came down a couple of back highways and had some dinner at Taco John's, and it was kind of pleasant.
Oh, yeah. Great meal. We had that on the schedule here for a couple weeks. Stop at Taco John's, something you can't get back Collinsville way, and the Kahawks are rolling in this game, too.
You are not kidding, man. 35-0. Still 9:35 left to play here in this first half. Here's a high kick. It's short at the 13-yard line. It is taken by Hazel, and he'll get it up to the 25-yard line before he's finally brought down. So Marion will have one more crack at it so far. Collinsville's defense holding strong. Marion's only picked up 1 first down in this first half.
And that was the initial play of the last possession. They kind of caught Collinsville off guard with the new formation. And other than that, it's been punts for Marion and a turnover.
35-0 is our score. Collinsville trying to do their best to shake off last week's loss, and boy, have they done that and more. All right, Callahan Roper goes back to work for Marion. He'll take the snap and he'll hand the ball off to Patrick Walker, and a flag will come in right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. It's thrown down, a minimal gain on the play of about 4 yards, and we'll have to check the flag once again. Been a few yellow hankies flying around here since a pretty clean start.
You on the Kahoks on offense, and it hasn't hurt them.
3 false starts. It's going to be a face mask call against Collinsville. So now the penalties are starting to pile up here for Collinsville. Got a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, got a face mask penalty, and throw in the 3 false start penalties, and they're starting to pile up a little bit. But the only numbers that really matter are the ones on the scoreboard. Right now that says 35 for Collinsville and 0 for Marion. So it'll be first down
and 1.
Roper in shotgun. He once again hands the ball off to Walker. Walker's going to get the first down. He'll get stopped at about the 40-yard line, and the chains will move for the Wildcats. And that'll be their second touchdown, or second first down, excuse me, here in this first half.
Is that not 13 out there at quarterback now?
Is it really? I wasn't even paying attention. So, Aiden Pickles. 9 minutes to go here in this first half.
Not sure what brought along the change.
Neither am I. I didn't even notice it. Not until you brought it up. So it is Pickles. Pickles has Quintarius Townsend as his running back now, and he'll move the ball forward a little bit. He'll gain about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 7.
Just stacking it up the middle there. Marion just, at this point, willing to just let the clock work here and run the ball up the middle.
Man, this thing's like really, oh, that's why. My phone's lagging a little bit, so my phone is behind the actual play. I'm just now seeing the old Herald commercial pop up on my phone. I'm like, what's going on? There's another carry by Walker this time. Excuse me, that is, once again, Townsend. And Townsend moves forward about an inch and then gets pushed backwards.
And Aiden Minton loses his helmet in the process and has to go off for Marion. Kahoks are, I think they're willing to do this. Marion just wants to stack it up the middle here.
Well, as Drew Vaughn was coming off the field, all of a sudden he just couldn't do it anymore and goes down at the 35-yard line. So we have an injury timeout, and we'll go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back at Wildcat Stadium, 3rd down and 5 for Marion, and the handoff will go to Walker, and he'll get taken down right when he gets across the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up another 4th down here for Marion, as Drew Vaughn, the injured player, did end up getting off under his own power. He got a little help from some friends, but for the most part he was on his own. I'm not sure if that was a cramp or what was going on with him. It looks like the training staff is working on his knee right now. 7.5 minutes to go here in this first half. All Collinsville thus far 35-0 in favor of the Kahawks. Wide receiver goes out on that far side. That is Britton Powell. And over here on the near side, it's Townsend. Pickles. He'll go back in shotgun once again. At least I think it's Pickles.
This is Roper. And
There's Roper again. Oh, he's going to punt. There you go. And a bouncing ball that will be taken. And once Ryan McIntyre hit the ground with it, he had to stop right there. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. I think he was expecting a ball to bounce right into his arms, but you know those footballs, man, when they hit the ground, they don't cooperate.
There's a little wind out there. Could have knocked it around. But it's always hard to get a bouncing ball.
Yeah, they said it was supposed to be windy here today, and on the way down here it was. You can feel it moving the car back and forth, but you can still see the little strips of red up on the goalposts that are flapping around a little bit. Collinsville back to work. Here's a handoff from Pennell to McIntyre and another flag on the play. We've had a lot of flags.
McIntyre, the ball carrier, flag on the play.
Against Collinsville, whatever it is.
Didn't line up right, and somebody not on the line of scrimmage needs to be. That's just knowing where you need to be here in the play that's called.
Illegal motion, false start, whatever you want to call it. That's the 4th one here in the first half for Collinsville of that variety.
That's just, 35-0. You can let that slip by here, but if this is a different game or a 7A playoff game, that's inexcusable. And that's something the Cavs will have to work on here in the coming weeks.
Kahawks break huddle, and they have a couple of substitutions already as A.J. Main lines up as a wide receiver over on the far side. K.J. Thorpes-Watt over here on the near side. Pennell in shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking for KJ. He's got him, and KJ will get the ball and get back up to the original line of scrimmage, and that's as far as he can get.
What you're trying to get out of that play initially, 5 yards, if you can spin out of it and get some extra yardage, that's what that play is designed to get.
So 2nd down and about 9 to go after they spot the ball. Main and Gordon, wide receivers on the far side. KJ and Chase Reynolds over here on the near side. Ryan McIntyre over the left-hand shoulder of Pennell. Now Reynolds goes into motion. Here's the snap. Pennell rolls out to his left, throws on the run. He's got Reynolds open, and a catch of about 5 yards, and then Reynolds didn't have very much room to move after he caught the ball, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Kahawks.
Kahawks staying true to what's worked, these 5-yard plays. Maybe you can break something here and get some extra yardage, but it was 1st and 15, and gotten 4 or 5 yards each time here, and now 3rd down is pretty manageable.
One wide receiver over on the far side, that's Main. Now you have Gordon, Reynolds, and KJ over here on the near side. Here's the snap and the handoff. Nope, it's going to be kept by Pennell. He's going to throw it to Gordon. Gordon had some blockers in front of him, but then he lost them as everybody kind of split off. And he gets a couple of yards on the play, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1.
I think they knew where he was going to go with it. He was going to try to track down the sidelines or cut it in. Might have been better to track down the sidelines.
Yeah, bring it out wide, turn the corner.
Yeah, try to turn the corner, even though it's a short corner. And Kahawks converted some 4th downs, especially in the first drive here. So they'll try to get this 4th down here with the big lead deep in their own zone.
Need a yard. Here's Pennell in shotgun and a high snap, but he tips it, comes right back down to him, trying to use the stiff arm, throws on the run, and he catches the ball. KJ Thorpes-Watt catches the ball. I thought for a minute there the referee's going to say Pennell stepped out of bounds. That's what the coaching staff's trying to say over here.
You got a coach here pointing that he is out of bounds. That's not what the ref has here.
Nope.
I was afraid KJ was darting back in from out of bounds, but the Kahawks do convert another 4th down.
Boy, oh boy. So, the chains move.
Yeah, the bad snap.
Yeah.
Once the Kahawks get out of that.
4:55 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Another high snap, but manageable. Handoff to McIntyre. McIntyre heads toward the midfield stripe and gets brought down right on the big gold M here at midfield. He'll pick up about 5 on the play, and will bring up a 2nd down and 5 for your Collinsville Kahawks.
Not to harp on the bad things, but a few penalties lining up right and the bad snaps. You know, if you're playing another big-time 7-8 team, you know, you're not going to get that kind of time, and it could be some sacks that Pinnell ends up taking.
Gordon lines up as a wide receiver on the far side, well away from the line of scrimmage. 2 more over here on the near. Habermill in tight end position. Here is Pinnell. Pinnell gets out of a little bit of trouble, and now he's not going to be able to get out of trouble as he'll go down at the 40-yard line. That'll be a big-time loss for Collinsville, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 13.
We worked against him was his own lineman. Jack Shepard was down there, maybe trying to help with the block, but if Pinnell had more open space, he could have maybe busted it to the outside there and made the best out of that bad play. So 3rd and 13.
2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. Collinsville needs 13 yards. They need to get to the opponent's 47-yard line. Pinnell in shotgun once again. Takes the snap, goes back to pass. He's looking. Now he rolls out to his left, and he dumps it off to Chase Reynolds, and Reynolds thought about running it up the field before he made the catch, and he dropped the ball. 4th down and 13 for Collinsville, and now you're going to see the punt unit come on for the first time tonight.
Yeah, no reason not to punt here and flip this field. Done very well in the first 5 possessions. That one was fraught with a little more problems there, but you can let that go here as you get here later in the quarter, later here in the half. Try to get the defense here to finish off this quarter and take us to halftime.
Aiden Pickles stands back at his own 30. Here's the snap, and forget about it. We have another flag, and I'm going to guess false start against Collinsville. Yep. So back the Kahawks up a little bit more. And Aiden Pickles will move up and stand around his own 40-yard line for this punt. Let's see if McIntyre can get it over his head and make him chase it. McIntyre, his first punt of the game. It's high and not very deep. It's going to stay up there forever, though, and it's going to land and then take a Marion bounce. Here comes a late flag.
Yeah, Habermill's wrapped up with MJ Smith for about 30 yards. Flag comes flying in.
Well, if you want a home field bounce, that was it right there, man. That sucker bounced straight backwards, and then it bounced and kept on rolling and ended up going across the midfield stripe, but we'll see what the flag's all about.
Well, it ends up being an 11-yard punt, but it bounced back about 16, 17 yards.
Holding against Collinsville.
Holding against Collinsville.
So Marion will have some pretty decent field position to start off with. See if where they set the ball, because doesn't the penalty get marked off from where the penalty happened?
And this this is basically an amount to Collinsville might have been better just going for it here. This
yeah.
one's going to come out to
pretty much where the line of scrimmage was?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the line of scrimmage was the 42-yard line, and the ball actually, yeah.
It was the 35 because it was 4th and 18.
Yeah.
And now this ball's brought out to the 36.
Yeah.
So Collins only nets 1 yard on the play, giving Marion the ball. So, yeah, you would have been better off just going for that.
Yep.
So Marion set up real nice for this drive.
Callahan Roper back in there at quarterback, empty backfield, 3 wide receivers left, 2 more on the right side. So Marion would like to get some points on the board before the half expires. Here's the snap. Callahan goes to throw, and he has got Walker open, and Walker collects the ball at the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for Marion with 3 minutes left to play here in this first half.
Last week the Kahok defense couldn't get off the field in time and hold Althoff for the touchdown, as Althoff got the touchdown with 1.8 seconds left. So Marion trying to get any positive momentum heading into halftime, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Walker is the lone running back. He stands over the left-hand shoulder of Roper. 3 wide receivers over here on the near side. What? No one crossed the line. Oh, false start. I was going to say.
Yeah, Kahok guy coming into that
Somebody
gap.
flinched, and they must have barely flinched because I didn't see it.
Yeah, a couple of the Kahok players were pointing, saying that was enough, and then eventually the call does go against Marion.
So instead of a 2nd down and 4, it's a 2nd down and 9. 2.5 minutes left to go here in this first half. Roper in shotgun once again. Here's the snap. Roper's going to pass. He throws it down the middle, and a dropped ball by Britton Powell. And I thought that Powell had it for a moment and then might have lost it when he got spun around. But they called it an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. If you're Marion, man, you think you've got to score here on this possession starting off this deep in Collinsville territory.
Definitely need to get the ball started the second half. So if you're going to turn this game around here, it's got to start here.
Split backs on either side of Roper this time. Looks like they're changing the play. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a pass behind the line of scrimmage, and jumping on the ball at the last second was Britton.
It was a backwards pass. So
sure was.
That's the same as a fumble. And Collinsville will call timeout here, as now it's going to be 4th and forever.
So the Kahawks will take the game's first timeout as both teams waited until 2:17 left to play here in this quarter before anyone took a timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here for this timeout.
Yeah, and if you're Collinsville, you want the knockout punch here. You want this touchdown to get it to 40, above 40 points for the halftime, and just have the running clock for the second half.
Jason Dunning, in his first year, took over head coaching duties this year after a 21-year run by Kerry Martin. Coach Martin went 141 and 74, qualified for the playoffs 17 times in his 21 years. You take out the pandemic year, and it was 17 times in a row. That was the only time that they didn't make the playoffs because there wasn't any playoffs that year. The best year was 2007 when they went 10-3. They beat Waterloo, Mattoon, and Mattoon and Charleston in the first 3 games before they ended up losing 62-34 in the state semifinals to Metamora.
They ruined a Charleston-Mattoon playoff game. They would have loved that up there in Coles County.
4th down and 21. Roper, he's going to go back to punt. McIntyre stands back inside the 20-yard line, and that one's going to take a Collinsville bounce this time, and the Wildcats will down it at the Kahok 30. So Collinsville will try to move the ball 70 yards in 2 minutes and 8 seconds with 2 timeouts left for the Kahawks.
Yeah, like I said, you want this final knockout punch here to have the running clock for the second half. You can clear the bench and start packing things up. It's not over yet.
Oh, no. Got a whole other half to play, but it would be a totally different story if you had running clock in the second half, that's for sure. So Collinsville has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 30. 2:08 left to play here in this first half. Gordon lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. You got Chase Reynolds and KJ Thorpe-Watt over here on the near side. Ryan McIntyre remains the lone running back. Bunnell in shotgun, takes the snap, and another false start against Collinsville. That is their 5th false start here in the first half.
False start, Collinsville.
Already said it. That's just,
I know.
You're not going to, you're playing from ahead today, but if this was a different, closer game or a game you're behind, you couldn't keep shooting yourself in the foot, and that's something that's going to have to be worked on here in the coming weeks.
So 1st down and 15 for Collinsville. They'll trot out the same formation, probably the same play call. As Pinnell stands in shotgun, takes the snap, he's back to pass, steps out to his left, throws the ball down the middle, and he's got Gordon open, and Gordon gets out of a tackle, and he's on to the races. He gets across midfield, still on his feet, and finally gets taken down at the Marion 32-yard line. 1st down, Kahawks.
Complete to Isaiah Gordon.
Gordon does everything there, just missed tackles by Marion there, and he could have really got his feet going and lots of speed. He could have got to the end zone, but the Cats are set up nicely.
He had some help behind him, man. I think he had a couple of teammates trying to keep him on his feet. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near. Here is Pennell back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right, and he is going to throw the ball on the run to KJ Thorpes-Watt, and he says he's out of bounds.
I don't think he set his feet, and
nope.
He caught the ball, but the first thing to land on the ground was his arms and the ball out of bounds. He could have got his feet down.
Well, he was in complete dive mode there, and while he was in midair, he landed out of bounds, although his feet stayed in bounds, but his feet never had contact with the turf. So 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:40 left to play here in this first half. Gordon, again, lines up on the far side along with Chase Reynolds in the slot. KJ over here on the near side. McIntyre over the right-hand shoulder of Pennell. Pennell in shotgun, takes the snap, looks. He's still looking. He's on the run. He tosses one to KJ. This time, KJ is in bounds. He'll continue to move forward and gets down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Kahawks. That'll move the chains with 1:28 left to play here in this second quarter.
Lots of options there to get the ball, too. McIntyre was down there, so was Reynolds, and KJ gets the ball and does some acrobat moves to get a couple extra yards.
I'd throw a run in here just to keep them on their toes. Here is Pennell getting chased down from behind, throws the ball on the run to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get out of harm's way, and he barrels over one guy, and then he gets thrown out of bounds. And, man, he ran right over William True and got some positive yardage out of a play that almost looked busted there. Looked like Pennell was going to go down for a moment, but we'll take 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Pennell kept it alive there, and I don't know if the pass was forward or backwards. If Reynolds wouldn't have held that in, if it would have been incomplete or a fumble.
There's a snap. McIntyre gets the run. He goes up the middle.
Yeah.
He's got some room. He gets taken down barely from behind, and he'll get to the 1-yard line, and Collinsville will have the ball. 1st and goal from Marion's 1.
Yeah, that's the run you wanted on the last play
Yep.
there. That's what you needed to do there. Keep them honest there, and Kahawks will punch this in here in the last minute here from the 1.
Under a minute to go. Clock continues to move. Pennell in shotgun once again. He takes a high snap, gives to Ryan McIntyre, and McIntyre's in for the touchdown.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what you wanted. A big play, completion to KJ, running play down to the 1, and McIntyre knocks it in here, and this should hopefully shore up the running clock for the second half. Kahawks can finish off these last 46 seconds.
I would think you are correct, sir. Nick Shantz comes in to try yet another extra point. So far, so good for young Mr. Shantz. Here's the snap, ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. So Collinsville extends that lead out to 42-0 with the extra point, and the Kahawks are off and rolling here in Marion. Quick timeout coming your way. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Marcus Hazel and Patrick Walker stand deep. Matt Reynolds ready to kick this ball off. Collinsville with 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. You add all that up, and that equals 42-0 with 46.1 seconds left to play here in this first half. Reynolds puts a leg into it. It's a high spinny kick all the way inside the 10-yard line, taken by Walker. Walker, he's going to try to come up this near side, and he is going to be swarmed at the 20-yard line, and that is where Marion will start their most likely last possession of this first half with 36.3 seconds left.
Yeah, Rome Richardson in on that tackle again. Done some good things out here on special teams tonight.
Yeah, he's getting a little work in there, isn't he?
Second time we called him. So, I don't know what you do here, Marion. Just maybe run this once here and get out of out of the half? Or
I don't know. You know what they would like to do? They'd like to score some points so they don't have the running clock in the second half, but they've got to drive 80 yards to do so.
they're just going to take a knee.
Looking like it, doesn't it? Here is Roper, and he will exactly do that, take a knee. And they might have to do that one more time. No, they don't.
40 on the clock here, and they're going to the locker room. So that's the end of the half. The Kahawks total domination here in the first half down here in Williamson County, 42-0.
You are not kidding there, brother. 42-0. 3 touchdowns in the first half, 3 touchdowns in the second half. So that means it is time for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville, working on keeping homes dry since 1986. Woods Basement Systems. Give them a call, at their Collinsville headquarters at 618-708-4055. We'll look for some scores for you, and we will bring you the songs and stylings of the Marion Wildcat Marching Band. All that and more coming up on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, which comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking. Providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. 618-855-8855. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, Locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs, Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Once again, welcome back to Marion High School. Collinsville leads 42-0 after one half of play, and now it is time for you to enjoy the Wildcat Marching Band of Marion High School.
Originally written as a march by MHS band director George Ashley, this song was composed pre-World War II for our school. This 70-year-old version has 3 sections, and in the 3rd section, you can clearly hear the melody that became our school loyalty. So in tribute to 1940s band director George Ashley, and in what has become an annual homecoming event, the award-winning Marching Wildcat Band and the state champion varsity dance teams will perform to the original school song.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcat Marching Band here of Marion High School. We'll take another break here on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. When we come back, we'll throw some scores from around the area your way. That'll be coming up next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
And once again, we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. 42-0 in favor of Collinsville is what we have for you here. Elsewhere across the area, Triad. That's who we face in the regular season finale at Kahawk Stadium. They are trailing Highland right now by a score of 33-7. Elsewhere, it is Roxana over Breeze Central, 35-22. Freeburg all over East Alton Wood River, 41-0. Southwestern Conference action, believe it or not, Belleville East is beating Edwardsville right now, 24-7. I know Edwardsville just moved up in the rankings. I believe they're number 5 in the state now. East St. Louis, they're handling Alton quite well, as you probably figured they would, 53-0. It is Cahokia over Centralia. Collinsville's next opponent are the Comanches of Cahokia, and right now Cahokia with a 20-0 lead over the Orphans of Centralia. Elsewhere, Mater Dei over Altoff, 20-14 at halftime. O'Fallon over Belleville West, 35-7. It is Mount Vernon shutting out Granite City just down the road here in Mount Vernon, 47-0. And Jerseyville over Muscuda by a score of 16-7. Kahawks are coming out of the tunnel now, heading back out of the field for the second half action. Chris Kettler on the other microphone. Well, Chris, I don't know what else you can say, man. Just keep on doing what you did in the first half. Even if your starters are not in there, you want to keep on doing what you did in the first half.
I think mission accomplished here pretty much for this first half. 42-0. You got the running clock. Just a great game by the Kahawks there. They just had the one possession where they didn't score. Made it tough for Marion on defensively for the Kahawks. This is just a fine game here on the road. Maybe one you're worried about here in a place you've never played before. I think let's just get out of here healthy and get ready for Cahokia.
I'm agreeing with you there, sir. That is Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke, and we have probably about 5 minutes left before we get the second half kicked off underway. We're going to try to track down Drew Cordes to let him know where we are, because this place is pretty big, And normally we see the coaches, or at least know where they are, because they're in the same press box that we are. And at this particular case, I think that the coaching staff is up on the roof. And so we never did see Drew at all while I was here trying to get all my stuff set up and down on the field and getting my pregame interview with Coach Rhodes. So we're going to try to track him down and see if we can't get him to come over here to this box after the end of this game is over with for our post-game interview. Anyway, that's going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. When we come back, second half kickoff, Marion gets the ball back to start the second half, and it will be running clock as your Collinsville Kahawks lead at halftime 42-0. Back after a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahawk Sports Network and KahawkSports.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, PetroffTrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back with you, and we can't find Drew Cordes, so we might not have a post-game interview. Not really sure if he came back up to the top of the press box or not. With such a big lead, they might just keep all the coaches down on the sideline and let them call the game from there. What do you think, Chris?
Anything's possible, but it looks like the Marion fans have seen enough. They're clearing out here. Definitely left people here for this second half, which should fly by pretty quickly.
Yeah, it should. Well, after the senior night and homecoming, and they recognized the seniors from the band and the dance team, and of course they just did a recognition night for their former head coach Kerry Martin, who stepped down after 21 years last year, at the end of last year. So I think they've seen all the fun that they want to see, and they're going to head home. I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that are probably cold, as fall has hit us right in the face after having the last couple of weeks in the upper 80s. We started off with the game. The temperature at kickoff was 62 degrees. I would imagine it's in the 50s by now.
I think this wind's kicking up now here.
Yeah, it is.
Trees are definitely moving more here, and
I did send Drew a text message, but I'm not sure if he's going to look at his phone while he's here doing the football game. So
I passed the word to the guy who said he was up there with him before, and if he could help us out here in any way, but so maybe not.
If he comes back up, but I didn't see him walking up the steps here.
Well, they did not come back up. It ain't gonna matter anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Cats might get this one. No, not quite.
Not quite, but we are underway in the second half, and the clock will continue to move.
Yeah,
in case you're unfamiliar with the mercy rule in high school football, the clock can only be stopped on scoring plays, timeouts, and of course injuries. We don't want the latter.
Yeah, we had that a couple weeks ago against Grant City. Cahoks get it in here again, and it won't go away, even if Marion chips away on this lead.
Yeah, Marion can come back and tie it up, and that clock will still run. But I don't see that happening, as Marion gets the ball first. They have the ball first down from their own 23-yard line.
Starters stay out on defense for the Cahoks.
And Callahan. That would be Callahan Roper back out there. He hands the ball off and does so to Marcus Hazel, and Hazel will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
I think Marion may just settle for running this ball here, and clock's already going to run.
Well, if you're the coach of the team that's losing 42-0, don't you think you'd work on things? You know, stay with the game plan, see if you can execute the game plan, no matter if you're down 42-0 or 2-0. So Marion breaks huddle.
Work on a few things maybe you don't normally do.
Yeah. Why not throw some trick plays at Collinsville?
Better
See
than
what
practice.
happens. Yeah. Here's another handoff to Hazel, and he is going to be wrapped up. There's a flag on the play. Actually, that was not Hazel. That was Townsend.
There's a flag on the play.
A motion penalty here on Marion, and Cahoks will probably decline it. This place is really cleared out.
You are not kidding, man. I think it's about, what do you think, about maybe 60% of the folks left? Because this place was packed.
Talking to Coach Rhodes here, wants to do with this penalty. I'm sure they'll decline it.
Clock continues to move, and it is 8:40 at night, so this game might be over here before 9 o'clock.
Cahoks decline the penalty, be 3rd and 17 or so for Marion.
3rd and 14. Ball on the 19-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. So Collinsville feeling pretty comfortable about themselves. We'll have to deal with the Cahokia Comanches next week, and Cahokia has been on quite the roll since they had that forfeit against Granite City. Here's the snap, and Roper hands the ball off. Up the middle is the ball carrier, and I believe that's Hazel once again, and he didn't get very far as Collinsville's stiff defense stays that way. Might have lost a yard on the play.
Hazel, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Hazel goes nowhere. Offensive line holding up for the Cahoks.
So 4th down for Marion. And it looks like Maine is going to go back to collect the punt, if indeed Marion decides to punt. Who knows? Maybe it's time to work on the 4th down and long situations. Right now, looking like Marion's going for it. Nope, now Roper's going to back up into a more of a punt formation. Here's a snap, and the kick is a line drive, and Maine is going to catch it at the 42-yard line. Gets out of, or trying to get out of that one tackle, but they held him up long enough for some help to come in. And you can credit that tackle to Colin Merkel. And the Kahawks look like they're going to bring out.
Still going to be the starters here.
Looking like it right now. Well, looks like they're going to give the reins over to Chase Reynolds at quarterback.
Yeah, but still the starting offensive line. Still got
Nelson's still out there. Gordon.
KJ.
McIntyre's still out there.
But Reynolds will take some snaps here at quarterback here, something to work on.
He's had a couple of snaps at quarterback this year. Not many, but a few. Maine stays in the game.
Yeah, the one against Granite, and he scored. And
yeah.
That was it for him from there.
There is a flag on the play as a keeper by Reynolds will get into enemy territory, but that's probably going to come back on another false start. Nope, illegal motion, illegal shift against Collinsville.
I think, yeah, McIntyre started to move towards at the snap there, thinking he needed help on the snap, and another pre-snap penalty for Collinsville.
Half price concessions already been announced here.
Nobody's left to buy them.
Yeah. 7 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Moving clock will not stop. As Collinsville looks at a 1st down and 15 after the penalty. Maine comes in motion once again. Settles in over here on this left side of the formation. Reynolds is going to go back to pass. He throws it to Maine. Maine catches the ball right at the logo and then tries to move forward. Better hold on to that ball, yeah.
Seems to be pretty sure-handed on as far as catching it.
Had that thing out there like a loaf of bread coming back from the grocery store, didn't he?
Yeah, that's just the thing I didn't like. I think he's got solid hands to haul the ball in, but just hold the ball out there. That's something you want to see.
Ball is just about a half a yard short of the 50-yard line. 6:15 left to play here in this third quarter. KJ over on the far side along with Maine and Gordon. And Reynolds at quarterback. There's the snap, and Reynolds is going to keep it. Rolls out to his right, has a little bit of room, gets across the line of scrimmage, and then gets brought down at the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 to go for a 1st down here for Collinsville.
Probably surely going to go for it here. Huge lead, and nothing to lose here by going for this.
3rd down and 3, 5.5 to go here in quarter number 3. These halves go by quick when the clock doesn't stop. We saw that against Granite City a couple of weeks ago. Gordon and Nelson over here on the near side. KJ and Maine over on the far side. Here is Reynolds, takes the snap, hands the ball off to McIntyre. McIntyre's got a 1st down, flag gets thrown in. McIntyre's going to be gone for another Kahawk touchdown if it stands.
I think he had that huge hole to get through for a reason here, and this one's coming back.
Most likely.
Clock does stop here because it is a score, even though it's not a score.
Holding against Collinsville. So now they start the clock back up since there was no score. So take a touchdown away from the Kahawks on that one, and Ryan McIntyre's like, man, I just ran 50 yards for nothing. Well, 45 yards technically.
See if they keep him in there. Pushes his way back to the other 45.
Yep. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 to go for Collinsville. McIntyre stands over the right shoulder of Chase Reynolds. 3 wide receivers on the left. Here is Reynolds. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to scamper, and he's going to move himself across the midfield stripe, and he's got a little bit more room. He's got a 1st down. Up the sideline he goes, and then he cuts it up. More flags are thrown down here at the 40-yard line, so we'll see if this one's going to stand.
Reynolds, the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
I think I saw that. I saw him following the blocks. They all look pretty clean, the ones he got between. First initial block was a good one. Don't have the roster.
Referees want to talk about it.
And then Reynolds knew to just bust that to the outside, and he was going to scamper on in. And I think Marion saw the flags and just gave it up and let him go the rest of the way to the end zone.
Well, there's 2 flags down. Both of them are sitting right over here at the 40-yard line. Not sure if they're for the same infraction. You would think with this long conversation that it might be 2 penalties. Could be 2 against one team, or could be 1 against each team. Clock continues to move, though. 3:25 left to go while the referees sort this out. Man in the white hat will tell us all about it. Holding call against Collinsville, holding call against Marion. So offsetting penalties, we will replay the down. So 2 touchdowns for Collinsville scored in succession, and both of them have come off the board.
Do all that again. Penalty hurts Collinsville the most.
Yep.
That takes the score off the board.
Reynolds the whole time was over at the sideline. And Collinsville breaks huddle again. Remains 3rd down and 14 for the Kahawks. Ball on their own 45-yard line. Reynolds in shotgun. Takes a high snap, and he's going to roll out to his left-hand side, and he's got some more room. And Ryan McIntyre throws a nice block. Reynolds is still on the move, and he finally gets brought down at about the 16-yard line. Hey, you know what? No flags on the play.
All pretty clean there. Kept it within the confines of what you needed. As this quarter is sneaking by fast, it helped with that 2 minutes. The referees needed to sort out that penalty. The clock kept going throughout that. Now we're under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Real soon, it'll be the 4th quarter. KJ Gordon check out over on the right side, right side of the formation, along with Matt Reynolds out there in a wide receiver spot in the slot. Here's the snap, and Reynolds is going to run with it again, and he also carrying that thing like a loaf of bread, and he is going to make it all the way into the corner for a 17-yard touchdown. No flags on the play, so this one will count.
Pretty weak attempts at tackling from Marion there. He just runs into a guy, and they're not really trying to tackle him too hard. Doesn't have to do a whole lot, and Chance will have another chance to add an extra point. Clock stops at 1:25.
Nick Shantz out to try extra point number 7 on the night. Chase Reynolds will be the holder. Give him a little work at being the holder on a extra point try. Darren Pinnell will get the rest for the rest of the night. Here's a snap, ball down, and the kick is very low, and it is still good. And Collinsville extends that lead out to 49-0. We will take a timeout. Marion will get the ball back when we come back from a break right here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Wildcat Stadium here at Marion High School. It's been all Collinsville in this one, 49-0 in favor of your Kahawks. Matt Reynolds is out to kick. 2 men back deep for the Wildcats. I have no idea if they're going to keep their starters out there much longer either.
Just noticing the Kahok bench, I don't think they actually brought as many guys as you normally would. There is a JV game early in the morning at O'Fallon, so they might not have had a whole heck of a lot of guys make this trip unnecessarily.
Low kick, and it is not going to be ran very far, that's for sure. Collinsville's special teams been playing very solid here tonight, as the carrier was Marcus Hazel once again. And the clock continues to move with 1:10 left to play here in this third quarter.
The backup defenses will come in.
We'll see what Marion wants to do. Marion, by the way, this is their last home game of the regular season. They're at Carbondale next week, and then at Mattoon in the regular season finale. Collinsville, they are opposite of that. Collinsville will finish at home with their final 2 games next week against Cahokia, and then the regular season finale against Triad.
The 11th guy finally gets out here for Marion, and
we're going to bring Roper back in.
30 seconds on the clock, so they might get this playoff in time.
Roper has split backs on either side of him. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Hazel, and Hazel goes off tackle a little bit to the left, and then he gets driven back. He is lucky if he got a yard as he barreled across the line of scrimmage. He didn't get much. That is going to do it for quarter number 3. Fourth quarter action is what we have coming up for you right after we take another timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
And we welcome you back. Marion has the ball with 12 minutes up on the clock here as we start the fourth quarter. And they are looking at second down and 10. I'm going to turn things over here to Chris Kettler for a moment. I'm going to go peek upstairs and see if Drew is up there. Go take it away, Chris.
All right, Roper takes this snap, and inside handoff goes to Townsend, and
Townsend, the ball carrier for
he's tripped up on the Kahoks by John Thomas, I do believe. Gain of about 1, so it'll be 3rd and 9 for Marion. Todd begins the search for post-game interviewee. The Kahoks have some second defense guys out here. Marion just content to run the ball here up the middle and not do anything. Maybe leave most of their plays in their pocket here and not show much. Handoff goes to Townsend again. Big stuff up by the Kahok defensive line. You go Patton in there on the defense, and it's 4th down for Marion.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 4th down and 7.
Marion sure has punted a lot here tonight, and they've done this out of this formation where they maybe look like they're going to go for it here, but there's probably almost no chance of this. They let a lot of the play clock here run off. Roper's been the punter. Maine will stand back near midfield to retrieve this one. Roper goes a bit to his right and just angles this out of bounds, takes the Kahok bounce at the 50 and rolls back to the 45, and it's down for Marion. Nothing going for Marion in that possession, and Todd is back.
I am, and I did find myself a Drew Cordes sighting. He's up on the roof. Up on the roof. 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. All Kahawks in this one. So Collinsville well on their way to a 4-3 record, and they will drop Marion to that same mark. And the Kahawks will have their hands full next week as Cahokia. They were winning at halftime, right?
Yeah, they were up 20-0. Where's the scores? 20-0 on Centralia.
Yeah.
As Jace Wilkinson will be the quarterback for the Kahawks.
So Mr. Wilkinson will get some work. He'll get some varsity stats under his credit. He's going to throw right off the bat, and he does so, and he hits Maine. And Maine is real close to a first down. It all depends on where they spot it. Needed to get to the 35-yard line, and that's exactly where the ball sits, and that will indeed move the chains.
I like the passing to Maine. I'd like to see him varsity next year. He seems very sure-handed. The ball
He's a junior.
Comes to him, and yeah, this is a combination you've seen in the JV games.
Oh, he's a sophomore, excuse me. A.J. Maine, sophomore, 6'1", 162 pounds. So he's got the length. He's got some long arms. So he can go up there and catch a ball. Now a throw is going to be out here into the flat area to John Thomas. And Thomas will make it up to the 30-yard line, and he'll pick up 5 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 5.
Just another underneath pass that's been there all night for the Kahawks.
Matt Reynolds is out there as a wide receiver.
Play coming all the way from the sidelines. Wilkinson has to trot all the way back out here. Kahawks milking the clock. No
Also out there as a wide receiver is Drew Baustis. He's on the near side sideline. 2 more over on the far side. There's the snap, and a handoff is going to go up the middle. And who was that? 36. A new player into the game for Collinsville is Amari Harper. Harper, sophomore, 5'6", 145-pound running back. So Collinsville getting some of these underclassmen a little work here tonight.
Kingston Lane with the tackle for the Wildcats. Gain of 2 brings up 3rd down to 3.
3rd down and 3 for your Collinsville Kahawks. Wilkinson stands in shotgun, and he's going to throw, and this time he completes the pass out to Matt Reynolds, and Reynolds has a little bit of room. He is almost got there for the touchdown. They finally drag him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Reynolds want to take that one outside and knew that they're going to be able to force him out of bounds, cut it back in, and that got him like 20 additional yards. And Kahawks get this down the 2, knocking down the door for another score.
See if we can get one of these underclassmen into the end zone for a touchdown in a varsity game. 6:45 left here in the 4th quarter. Well, we're not going to be over before 9 o'clock, but it's going to be a little bit after. There is Wilkinson. He's going to run it himself, and he is in for the touchdown.
Just goes around that left side, and Jace Wilkinson finds the end zone here, and Chance will come out for his 8th extra point.
Yeah. So Collinsville, even the underclassmen are here piling it up against Marion. Actually, this is going to be Matt Reynolds trying the extra point.
So Chance won't get a try for his 8th.
No. Went 7 for 7, though.
Reynolds does the kickoff, and he'll get the extra point.
Oh, high snap. They're not going to be able to get this kickoff. Reynolds catches the ball. Now he's going to turn upfield, and he's going to run with it. He's got guys open in the end zone. Touchdown, 2-point conversion. Zane Norton picks up the extra 2 points, and Collinsville extends their lead out to 57-0.
Sometimes everything's going right your way.
That's when you get the sign. That's when you know that things are going your way. Another timeout will be coming your way. We'll be right back after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Back here at Marion High School, Matt Reynolds with another kickoff tonight. He's been busy as well, as that one will go almost back to the end zone. Caught at the 5-yard line, and barreling forward with a big hit on the run is Quintarius Townsend, as the clock now moves once again after it stopped after the score. Coming up on 6 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Before we forget, big congratulations to Lady Kahok senior golfer Kylie Bella Bradick, as she survived the first day of state finals in ladies golf. She shot at 80 and is 9 strokes away from the triad young lady who was in first place after the first day. 9 strokes is a lot to make up, but that's a pretty good showing. There's a snap, and the handoff will go absolutely nowhere, as driving the runner into the ground was Davon Newburn, as Hazel was just drilled.
Adam Frazier with the initial hit, and then Newburn finishes it off. This backup defense trying to finish off this shutout for the Jayhawks.
5:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It's been all Collinsville. Marion, as far as I can remember, has picked up 2 first downs in the first half, and that's it.
And they've definitely got nothing here in the second half.
Nope.
And the first down was just kind of catching Collinsville off guard out of the formation.
Yeah. They figured it out after that. Here's another handoff to Hazel. Hazel will go up a little off tackle to the right, and he'll be buried right after he makes the turn. And a 2nd and 14 is going to turn into a 3rd down and 12. He got a yard on the play.
Kenneth Kamau and Rome Richardson in there on that stop. Guys will come in here, and Will Swift started to come out. Is he going to stay in? Yeah, here he'll take his spot.
Logan Odell checks into the game. As you mentioned, Will Swift comes in. And it's 3rd down and 11. They gave him another yard on that carry. And the handoff again goes to Hazel, and Hazel gets tripped up in the backfield, but still has some forward momentum and gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 here for Marion.
Odell nearly had him wrapped up in the backfield. Still is a loss on the play. Just farther in the backfield. Another 4th down for Marion.
3:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. You know, it's been a long, long time since we've been on the winning end of these kind of blowout games. I remember a few times, more than a few times, going into East St. Louis and having this done to us. So it's nice to be on the other end of it for once or twice.
The last few years have been nice. Collins got on the other end of some of these blowouts here. Yeah, we've rolled into places like East St. Louis and Edwardsville and got them blown out over the years, but this ball will get down at the 30 with 3 minutes to go.
So Collinsville will start another possession, and they'll do so from their own 30-yard line.
I don't think they'll look to do a whole heck of a lot here unless somebody just breaks one here. If I just run maybe 3 plays or so and wrap this one up.
Play clock hasn't even started yet, so they can take all the 25 seconds they want to.
Wait for it to blow it in here after the change of possession.
Play clock just now started. Here is Wilkinson in shotgun once again. He'll hand the ball off, and up the middle it goes, and not going very far. Didn't even get back up to the line of scrimmage, I don't think.
Is it Harper?
Still trying to see the number.
Minton, the tackle for the Wildcats.
Yep, Amari Harper.
No
Well,
gain on
they
the
did
play,
give him
2nd down and 10.
forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 2 minutes left to go here in this one. 3 wide receivers line up over on the far side, including Matt Reynolds. 1 wide receiver over here on the near side. And the snap and a throw to Reynolds. Reynolds catches it behind him, steps up, makes a nice move, gets out of 1 tackle, and then gets spun down about a yard shy of where he needed to get for the first down. And Collinsville will have a 3rd down and 1 with 90 seconds left to play here in this game.
I just play this play and maybe another one that all Collins will have to run.
Yeah, you pick up the first down, and then all you have to do is kind of let the clock run out. I mean, you probably don't even have to pick up the first down. It'd be close. 3rd down and 1 for the Kahawks. Ball on the 39-yard line. Wilkinson in shotgun will hand the ball off, and he'll do so, and Collinsville will get a first down on a run by Will Swip. Coach Brett Swip's son, coach of the baseball Kahawks. And Collinsville will pretty much just have to run one more play, and this game will be over.
Ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
44-yard line, the young man says.
Just give this one more handoff here and give somebody one last carry, and we'll be done here. Just a dominating performance by the Kahawks as they look to get closer to the playoffs here in 2023.
They'll need at least one more win in their final 2 games. Next week against Cahokia, and this time Wilkinson just takes a knee. And that will do it. Collinsville will win here tonight by a score of 57-0. As we welcome you in now to the post-game show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. Owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at 410 Regency Center, that is just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show, head your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. 57-0 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. Offensive coordinator Drew Cordes joins us now. Did you guys draw it up that way?
You can say that in a way. Everything that we wanted to do today, we did it on the field, on the sidelines. Everything we did, it was a whole team win. I think it was a good week for the program, for everybody involved, and sometimes a game like this can wake a sleeping giant, and we feel like we're hitting our stride now. Like this is definitely a huge building block going forward.
Homecoming hangover, man. That's what I'm going to call these games, because you guys lost last week during your homecoming game after the big homecoming parade. These guys had homecoming today. They had a homecoming parade, and they ended up losing. Is there something to be said about this? What do you think?
I don't know. It's really weird. I mean, I never won a homecoming game when I was in high school either. I don't know if it's just, you get so hyped up early, you use all your energy throughout the day, and then you get ready for the first half. You kind of get so amped up, and then after that, you just hit a wall. A couple things go wrong, and then you just panic, and next thing you know, your mind's elsewhere, and you're ready to move on to the dance on Saturday, I guess. I don't know what it is.
All right, let's talk about DP number 5, man. He had a whale of a game tonight. You guys scored 6 touchdowns in that first half, and he was either throwing one or he was running one. 4 of the 6 he was part of.
It's insane the way he was playing it. It doesn't look like a 5 out there. I'll tell you, it looks like a 1-5, and the 1-5 that plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
he was making some of those plays out there, like Mahomes-esque plays, and I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's battled all year. This is something pretty new for him, and I remember talking to him back in June, saying, "Hey, you're the guy. You're ready to step up. This, it's your team. You're leading it." And he's like, "Coach, the only thing I'm worried about, this might affect my recruiting." I said, "Dude, everybody knows what you are as a DB and a wide receiver. Let's show them how good of an overall football player you are." And I got a feeling that after seeing some of these highlights from today, there's going to be some schools calling him saying, "Hey, maybe we want to keep you at quarterback." This dude just played. He played a game that you don't see too many high school quarterbacks play.
Yeah, the speed, man. When he gets that burst, he's gone.
He's just a great athlete. I mean, we've seen that the last 2 years with the ball in his hands. There's games last year where we game plan just to get the ball in his hands quick and let him just use his athleticism. And, now he's the first one with the ball in his hands, and you don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to throw it? Is he going to run it? You don't know. But, like you said, he gets past that first wave, and it's not easy to bring down. He's so tall, he's so skinny, but his legs move so far away, you can't grab both of them at the same time. And he's strong.
Yeah. All right, I know you're the offensive guy and not the defensive guy, but how about that defense tonight, man? You guys held Marion to 2 first downs total in this game, and they came in the first half, none here in the second half.
Looks like we had a really good week of practice, and it looked like our guys were focused, ready to play, and just coming out here doing what we're supposed to do. And I use the phrase waking a sleeping giant. That's what we have as a defense. Like, our defense is very physically capable of being one of the top defenses in the state, but it's the mental part of the game, like not trusting each other, not doing our jobs. But today it looked like, okay, we're just going to play. we're going to trust each other and see that everybody's going to do their job. And that's what happens. This is the kind of defense that we have against any offense that we're going to face.
All right, man. You got 4 wins. You need 1 more at least to get into the playoffs. You got the Cahokia Comanches coming to town next week. And since that forfeit with Granite City, they've been playing some pretty good ball.
They're a talented team. We've been able to see them on film a couple times just based on the opponents that we've played in the past. And, you know, like we're gonna enjoy this win tonight, and we're going to be ready to play next week with them because they're a talented team. They're a physical team, and they're a good team. We have to win, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We said going into this week, it's playoff week every week from here on out, and we took care of week 1, and now we got to go into week 2 of the playoffs.
Awesome, man. We'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator for your Collinsville Cayhawks. His team running up 57 points on the board tonight here at Marion High School as we bring Chris Keller back onto the microphone. And, man, I don't know if anybody could have drew this up any better than that, huh, Chris?
I don't think anybody was expecting anything like this. Definitely not this big Marion crowd rolling in here on their homecoming. But Cayhawks really put up some points here tonight and really held strong here on defense. Sometimes it's just your night if you can just get ahead in the game and push your kind of game that you're able to win like that. You know, this has been much better showing than what rolled into Mount Vernon a few weeks ago. You know, this Marion team beat Mount Vernon, but the Cayhawks just weren't able to do that. But now they've got to make this push here for the playoffs here. And Cahokia looks good. They rolled in there at Marion and shut them out. They were shutting out Centralia last I saw. So, you know, 57 points here tonight, but might be a little tougher next week offensively against Cahokia. They look pretty good, and we got another playoff team on the other end of that with Triad. So, you know, push for the playoffs is already underway here, and this is the good first step here of 57-0 win.
All right, that is Chris Keller. We thank him for helping us out tonight here on the camera and on the microphone. As always, another big thank you to Colton Rhodes joining us on the pregame interview and Drew Cordes joining us on the postgame interview. My name is Todd Duke. We are next in your ear or in your eyes, so to speak, Tuesday night with a little girls volleyball action as we travel to Belleville West. Hopefully they're not going under gym renovation, so we can get that game in for you. And then we will, move over to soccer on Thursday for the Paz Cup at Granite City on Thursday before we return to Kahok Stadium on Friday for that battle with the Comanches. So until then, my name is Todd Duke. If those of you have a Columbus Day off on Monday, enjoy yourselves a 3-day weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.